signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is July 22nd, 2022. It is 5:47 a.m. I was not recording at all today because I was trying to catch up with my editing, and while doing a little bit of research of something that I mentioned in one of my previous podcasts, the one that I'm editing, and I came across this article and I thought it was worth sharing, and it's dated was it January 12th, 2020. I just read the title and I was like, oh, let me read it. While I'm reading it, let me record it to share it with you. So I was right. I was right all along. So this article link will be in the description. Okay, the Queen's biggest mistake of the last decade was allowing Charles and Andrew to oust Lord Gates from the royal household. I've done several videos regarding RAVEC, what's the name of the thing? RAVEC, the security thing for Harry and all of that. I've mentioned something in that nature about this being one of the mistakes that the royal family had made. And I think I even mentioned about Edward and Anne, who showed their concern of that decision of ousted Lord Gates too young. Okay, so let's read and then I'll put my description. Is this the guy who's Lord Gates? But anyway, let's read. Okay, as one decade ends and a new one begins, it is perhaps sensible to look back at the past 10 years, what we did well and what we didn't do so well. The Queen, of course, had many highlights, from jumping out of a helicopter for London 2012 and inviting Sir David Attenborough to Buckingham Palace for the filming of a documentary. When looking back at the Queen's mistakes, however, there is one moment that stands out above all else: the ousting of Lord Gates from the royal household. I've said this. No matter how you perceive the royal family, but depending on the perspective that you're looking at, all right, we just have to be honest with ourselves. We may not like the royal family, but when you look at, if you were in their shoes, what would you do? So this is it. This is the biggest mistake, and I've seen it from a mile away. While I'm saying this, I'm thinking of a comment that I read yesterday on one of my videos. Someone mentioned that if YouTube is giving me problem, why don't I go on another platform to do my thing? My response was that if the negative channels are out, then I'll be out, or unless the Sussexes tell me to cut it out. That's the only reason I will stop. Because this was never about money from the beginning. I always said that money is good, but money is not everything. All right, it's the information trying to poison people's mind that's really annoying people. But let's continue with the article. Okay, Lord Gates, or Sir Christopher Gates, as he was known at the time, was Her Majesty's private secretary for 10 years and her deputy private secretary for a number of years before that. So he was in that position for a very long time. This was a loyal person who took his jobs very seriously and was looking out for the institution. Let's continue. He was known to be straight-talking, often telling members of the royal family things they wouldn't like to hear but should listen to. This is the thing here. This is why they remove him. Those two idiots who's causing problem right now. All right. It was in July 2017 when Her Majesty's most trusted aide was forced out of the job by the Prince of Wales and the Duke of York in what the media described as a power struggle at the time. The power struggle is thought to have centered around the plans in place for when Prince Charles turned 70. Wow. Wow. And it's becoming a freaking disaster. Right now, what's going on Twitter, I haven't recorded anything about that, is how they're trying to, another level, part 2 of revamping what's her name, Camilla's image. And they don't want to talk about the panorama interview and all of that. So this is what's going on Twitter right now, but I want to focus on some of the things that I've already recorded and wants to edit. And here I am recording this because this was too good to not share. All right, even though it's the same principle from the other articles that I've shared with you guys are saying almost the same thing. I don't think it's the same article, but it's repeating almost the same thing. So if 2 or 3 different articles are mentioned, that there's a possibility they're just teaming up to spread their message. All right, well then again, you never know. But let me not go into that, but let's read this. The heir to the throne wanted a much weaker role in preparation for becoming king. However, it is understood Sir Christopher raised concern. Prince Andrew backed his brother in this unprecedented role, helping remove Sir Christopher from his role as private secretary. Sources said that Andrew shared a great dislike to Sir Christopher in the same sense as his brother did. So they team up to get rid of him because they can't get what they want. They want to hear what they want to hear. But meanwhile, the world around them is evolving. It's not waiting for them. But things is happening, but they don't want to hear it. They want to hear good things all the time. Okay, so they removed the guy who's selling them the truth. One source said Andrew was still furious about Lord Gates' role in getting the prince removed as the UK trade. It sounds like the same thing that I read. Is it? UK trade envoy in 2011 due to his friendship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. So I remember reading that. Others say it was because Sir Christopher heavily control Andrew's expenditure. Okay, so he didn't want him to spend too much money. Yeah. Okay, responding to report of a power struggle at the time, the royal household issued a statement saying, quote, while we will never comment on the confidential employment details of individuals, it was previously announced that July that Sir Christopher Gates is stepping down after 10 years as private secretary. Quote, At the time of the announcement, the Lord Chamberlain paid tribute to the major contribution made by Sir Christopher, who in turn commended the support offered to Her Majesty by other members of the royal family. The Prince of Wales and the entire royal family are committed to supporting the Queen in whatever way they can at Her Majesty's request. Beyond that, we are not going to engage with a story based on rumor from unnamed sources. All right, so there's those things, unnamed sources. All right. One can't help but wonder how much regret the Queen feels for not doing more to prevent the loss of Lord Gates from her office. Since his departure, the Queen has appeared weak. It is as if she cannot control her family, from Prince Andrew's further Epstein troubles to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex hurtful statement. All right, so the statement is probably when Harry mentioned that he hoped that the Queen has good people around her and stuff like that, you know.
How did it feel being back? Being with her?
Being with her, it was great. It was just so nice to see her. You know, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humour with me, and I'm just making sure that she's, you know, protected and got the right people around.
Well, you whatever Harry had said to Hoda on the NBC and the US. All right, so this one I've shared that with you already. This article, that's where Princess Anne and Edward were against Charles and Andrew's thing here. So I'm just gonna read this paragraph. Prince Charles was thought to be angry that he did not have a big enough role in organizing his own 70th, there it is, it's mentioned here, birthday, while Andrew is said to have long resented him for removing him as the UK trade envoy in 2011 following his link to Jeffrey Epstein being exposed. So two different articles, almost the same thing. Okay, Young served as Gate deputy, playing a key role in organizing the Queen's Diamond Jubilee and the London 2012 Olympic Games opening ceremony skit. Unfortunately, the choice of Young as a replacement as a weaker, there it is, okay, as a weaker, easier courtier to control than Gate has backfired massively. This part, as a weaker, easier courtier to control than Gate has backfired massively, and this is why the other article is saying this is their biggest mistake. The Queen's biggest mistake of the last decade was allowing Charles and Andrew to oust Lord Gates from the royal household. Okay, so this is the other article. Both of them will be in the description. All right, now back to this article, and I'm just gonna finish with this paragraph. There is a massive blame game. The source continue. Edward Young was appointed by Charles because he wanted someone weak. I mentioned this on another video before, but he has not been wise or intuitive. This Harry and Meghan thing has not suddenly happened. The Prince Andrew situation didn't just happen. Two things, all right, were in the boiling pot, but all of a sudden it just exploded. All right, senior officials like Gates were warning, were warning about this stuff years ago, which is why Charles and Andrew got rid of him. Okay, so now, which I then record today, is that what is it? They're trying to ramp up, trying to get rid of the Panorama interview that Princess Diana did and try to pretend it never happened, paying people, whatever. They could cover as much as they want, but the UK taxpayers needs to look at and say, why are you using my money to pay? Well, no, let me take that back. It's not through that they're paying those BBC people. You know what? Let me leave that alone. A lot of nonsense is going on. Let me see this article here. Princess Charlene of Monaco done ice blue gown. Okay, so they're just talking about stuff like that, but forget that. All right, so that's from Tatler. And then this Tatler article, I cover it fully already. Okay, I covered it already, but this paragraph is the most important one. And this article is also gonna be in the description for you to check it out. And I'm gonna double check to see if it is the same article from that other video, so I don't put it twice. All right, so that's it. Let me get back to my editing. I can't help it but to share that with you. The Queen's biggest mistake of the last decade was allowing Charles and Andrew to oust Lord Gates from the royal household. Yep, so I was right.
One eternity later.
Alright, today is July 22nd, 2022. It is 1:25 p.m. Very rarely I record around this time, but my husband took lunch break and I decided to hop on my office, close the door, and try to share some stuff with you. I could always edit it on my laptop, and my laptop is doing something right now. This morning I came across 2 articles I already recorded, and I'll add this, what I'm recording right now, with it. All right, so let's go on Twitter. I only have 5 tweets to share with you. Maybe I'll in another video tomorrow morning or something I'll record. All right, so let's go straight to 𝙐𝘋𝘿𝘼. All right, so this is 𝙐𝘋𝘿𝘼 update. Prince Harry has won a bid to bring a High Court challenge against the Home Office over his UK security arrangements. In today's judgment, Judge Justice Swift said the case can proceed but only granted permission for parts, okay, not all. I need to see the entire thing, but the documents, okay, so part of it, okay, of Harry's claim to have a judicial review. So like I said, I don't see all of it, so it would be nice to know everything that was written on the court documents. So let's look at this. Okay, there's the judge name. Between the Queen on the application of the Duke of Sussex and Secretary of State for the Home Department. Okay, so this is the claimant. This is Harry. Okay, between the Queens on the application of the Duke of Sussex and there's the defendant, Secretary of State of the Home Office. This is for them judicial review. Okay, this is not a, how would you say that? This is not a lawsuit. We need to keep that very clear. This is not a lawsuit. Harry wants to find out why he is not getting his security. Okay, so this is that. Note, this judgment contains redactions. The parts redacted or relate to information that must remain confidential for the reasons explained in the judgment handed down on 24 March 2022. On 24 March. Okay, so they blocked some information, and I don't have all of the documents. That's all I have. So whenever I come across it, just be sure I will share it with you. So this is what I know, and this is what I'm sharing with you. All right, so let's read some of the comments. All right, may I ask you a question kindly, sir? Why is Harry even trying to come back to the UK? I mean, this is very idiotic question. That's his homeland. No matter how far you move away, no matter how beautiful another place is, your home will always be your home. All right, plus he has business interests, he has things he's doing, there's charities that he's doing. Okay, let's finish with that comment. Why is Harry even trying to come back to the UK? If they don't want him here and don't want to protect him, it's truly dangerous. Yes, it is dangerous, but the fact that he wants to know why I'm not getting it and why all this stuff are against me, he didn't do anything wrong. The only thing he did is fall in love with somebody. At least if you look at the video that I recorded this morning, that sort of explained the Queen did give him the okay, right? So what's the problem? All right, so I mean, I'm not upset. Obviously I'm not upset by any of this, but I understand this question, but it is what it is. Aside from he has friends and connection independently, no one should deny no one should deny someone the option of visiting where he was born. There it is, he was born there. Even if he chooses never to visit again, it should be because that's what he wants. I agree with that. Not that conditions have been put to restrict him. This I agree. This one not so much, but I understand the question. It's not to hating on Harry, but it makes sense that whenever he feel like it, this isn't a free country, all right? So whenever he feel like it, he should have the option of flying in. Alright, so you have this other guy, his uncle, who's been doing pedophile stuff around the world, but yet he has protection. Why is that? Alright, I know it's kind of, we sort of understand why, but at the same time, when you look at the differences where Harry didn't do anything wrong, but they were able to take that away from him. I have a feeling, well, let me not go too deep on that. Okay, with a family of vipers and the voivoda and the racist metro and the hate groups, Harry needs all the armed security he can get. I won't trust none of these entities above my tweets, and I still think the royal family is trying to Diana the Sussexes. Okay, the judge threw out almost all of his argument, which has weakened Harry's case a lot. The same way they did with Meghan's copyright case. They threw a lot of other things out. I mean, can you imagine you file something and you only put one thing? Whatever you think, you suspect, you have a feeling about, you put it as long as you could prove it. But the core issues remain. Why is he not getting his security? Who's behind it? Who decided for him not to get it? And at the same time, I think the court is sort of trying to protect the institution, because a lot of other things will come out, but the main part stays. If you look back at some of my other recordings regarding Meghan's copyright case, there were a lot of other things they threw out, but the core issues remain the same. And look at this, she won her case. That doesn't mean, you know, Harry's gonna win his, but he should be able to win his case because he didn't do anything wrong. He is still a blood royal. That's the key thing here. All right, congratulations to Harry and Meghan. It didn't have to come to this, obviously. I will never forget how his own father pulled his security and leaked his location in Canada to the world when they were negotiating their position with royal family. He did that whilst knowing about the threats on his son's life. Yeah, that's the thing here. All right. Marco seeds will taint royal family, lead to black kings, say British politicians' girlfriend. They all are baggage for God. Alright, neo-Nazi terror, probe police arrest 3 included London teen over far-right plot that suggested Prince Harry should be. Oh my God! Just read this. This is ridiculous. Some of you who are new, go back, look at there's a video that I did. It has been done before. Way before all of this. In 2020, maybe these were going in the background, but before the public, before we know what we know now, that's when I did that video. All right. Was it really a headline? Married to mulatto? What the F? People from which century? What kind of a crap is that? Amazing. Decision founded in spite, contrive, and malice never withstand close scrutiny ever. Good on Harry for pursuing this. Yep. Let's see this. Okay, it's go time. Yeah, ready? Let's go to work. Let's do this. Prince Harry ready. It seems to me that winning is on several levels. Opportunity to have his family protected, which is only right, to show that there is risk. And a lot of things came while they're trying to get that okay from the judge for the review. We know the things about the police. I think there are 2 police officers who were fired because of their whatever discussion they were having on WhatsApp and all of that. A lot of other things come out. Okay, an opportunity to shine a light in the darker corners where those in the shadows reside. Either way, at this point, it's a win. Yep, Princess Diana couldn't fight back.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
Now Prince Harry won't let them get away with whatever they are trying to do. Okay, bravo, that's a different language. Now Prince George photo makes sense. I wonder whether it's his birthday or what. What is that? Oh, so did the other ones put something else? Oh, I don't know. I don't follow them, so I will not know. Congrats, go Harry. Okay, the Sussexes just keep on winning, as they should. We should keep on praying, because you just never know. You just never know. We just need to keep on praying. I won't be able to do a prayer here because my husband already came back from wherever he came from, so I need to give the computer back. So this is my response to that. I retweet that. We're going to pinpoint to who's behind it. As soon as it gets close, a puppet is going to take the fault for the puppeteers. I hope Princess Di is working her magic extra hard up there. These vipers are trying to erase her legacy. Oh my God, there's so many things that's going on Twitter right now, trying to erase some of the legacies with the panorama thing. All right, so I retweeted that. Let's see, there's no comment. 2 retweets. All right, so there's no comment. All right, let me focus on the things that I want to share with you. There's 2 more after this. Okay, the level the BBC has cowed to the royal family here, both embarrassing and shocking. The way Prince William has done his father's dirty work for him, stunning lack of judgment and character.
It's your character that matters most.
He really trained him for this specifically. Since he was young, he's taking him to parties where those royal rats were, training him for this moment, this place and time. And remember what I said, as soon as he's about to grab what he been waiting for all his life, someone is gonna come and snatch it, because he's been let me read. All right, so Henry VIII retweeted Peter Hunt this: Diana's silence. No BBC executive will ever have the balls to sanction the use of a panorama clip for journalistic purposes. So never again on the BBC will we see and hear Diana talk about there being 3 people in the marriage and questioning Charles' suitability to be king.
Do you think Mrs. Parker-Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Let's see here. That's a quote here. It is a matter of great regret that the BBC did not get to the facts and the immediate aftermath of the program when there were warning signs.
Just weeks before their wedding day, Diana overheard Charles talking to his ex on the telephone.
She heard him on the telephone saying to Camilla, "Whatever happens, I will always love you." And that's before he went off to Australia. And we have famous footage of her crying as he climbs aboard his plane.
At the time, the press just figured Diana was sad to see him go. But in reality, she was wondering if she should call the whole thing off. Andrew Morton says just 2 days before the wedding, Diana asked her sisters if she should back out.
When there were warning signs,
the princess was about to be even more indiscreet, offhandedly revealing the story of a private showdown she'd had with the Queen over Camilla Parker-Bowles, the woman Diana thought had stolen her husband.
When there were warning signs.
By 1985, Diana told Sutherland she had had enough.
So I went to the top lady.
Top Lady, otherwise known as Her Majesty. It was a bold move. According to Morton, Diana was in awe of her mother-in-law and terrified of her as well.
When there were warning signs.
The Queen always had tremendous amount of authority and power in Diana's life, and Diana made an effort to understand her, but never could. She always used to say to me that she found her kind of baffling, this kind of stoical way that she just behaved. And the style of Diana was very, very different to the style of the Queen.
But if Diana had hoped to get support from the Queen, she was sorely disappointed. According to the princess, the Queen turned a cold shoulder to her appeal for help. According to the princess, the Queen turned a cold shoulder to her appeal for help.
The princess described an emotional scene inside the walls of Buckingham Palace.
And I was sobbing, and I said, "What do I do? I'm coming to you, what do I do?" And I was sobbing, and I said, "What do I do? I'm coming to you, what do I do?" And she said, "I don't know what you should do." Charles was hopeless, and that was it. That was help. So I didn't go back to her again for help, because I don't go back again if I don't get it the first time right. And so over the years, Diana never talks to me. I never know what's going on. Silly girl.
Diana said she went to the Queen and asked for help in her marriage.
immediate aftermath of the program, when there were warning signs that the interview might have been obtained improperly. Instead, as the Duke of Cambridge himself put it, the BBC failed to ask the tough question: had we done our job properly? Oh my God, I can't believe this. Diana, please do your job. Do your job. Protect your other son. Protect, 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 protect. I can't believe this idiot is trying to silence your voice. He's trying to silence your voice. Okay. BBC failed to ask the tough question: had we done our job properly, Princess Diana will have known the truth during her lifetime.
She needed to speak. She needed to be heard. He was there. But she allowed him to videotape her. That's the difference.
She was under a great deal of stress, and like anybody under stress, she wanted to unload.
We let her, the royal family, and our audiences down. They have, the BBC have no choice but to do that. Wow. And it continued. Now we know about the shocking way that the interview was obtained.
Prince Charles expected his butler to keep visits to Camilla a secret from the princess.
Paul just turned around to him and said, well, are you expecting me to lie for you, Your Royal Highness? And Prince Charles said, well, yes. Yes, I am.
I have decided that the BBC will never show the program again. They forced them to put this statement out. They probably even wrote it for them and said, sign your name there. Oh my God, this is so sad. Now, let's see how the UK take it. Now we know about the shocking way that the interview was obtained. I have decided that the BBC will never show the program again, nor will we license it in whole or part to other broadcasters. It does, of course, remain part of the historical record, and there may be occasion in the future when it will be justified for the BBC to use short extract from the journalistic purposes, but this will be few and far between and will need to be agreed at executive committee level and set in full context of what we now know about the way the interview was obtained. I will urge others to exercise similar restraint. Well, Princess Diana can no longer speak. I could only agree with her voice. These people, we saw exactly what was going on. We know there are people who automatically should be lying for him. So I only agree with Princess Diana's voice. Okay, it's really hard to believe Willie will throw his mother under the bus like he did. So when it comes to all the Sussexes, he is a danger to them. Yep. Just go look to that video. It has been done before. Okay, it's worrisome. Few and far between journalistic purposes. They buried that interview too, but a lot of people have seen the interview and may also have copies. I have mine. Okay, the more I see the inner working, the more I'm convinced that island is run like North Korea. Kinda explain why they had their last prime minister. He really is his father's son. Okay, so there's more comment. I just wanted to share that. Oh, I didn't even go in Peter Hunt's thing. Let's go into it, see what other people are saying. Princess Diana will not be silenced no matter how much Charles, Camilla, and Willie try. Okay, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Let's see here.
Do you think you will ever be queen?
No, I don't. No.
She knew. She knew. She knew things were gonna happen. She knew
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. But I don't see myself being queen of this country.
Yep, she knew.
I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into.
Yep.
Because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
There it is. Even your son, Princess Diana.
Why do you think they've decided that?
I'm sorry, I'm talking
because
over
I do
it.
things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book.
Sorry, I'm talking over it because you just saw what I just read, but it's not the same as the original. My voice is over
I
it.
lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
And do you think that because of the way you behave, that's precluded you effectively from becoming queen?
This is so sad.
Well, not precluded me, I wouldn't say that. I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did.
Yep, even her own son.
You mean within the royal household?
Mm-hmm.
Her firstborn, throw her under the bus. Can
they
you
see me
imagine
as
that?
a threat of some kind. I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path, and I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear.
My goodness.
Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go in and do an engagement and there's a great many people there.
Wow, wow, wow. She knew it. She knew it from the start. Y'all think the BBC can outpace the internet. Carmen's granddaughter. Brits are delusional. General X will never let that concubine Camilla and General Tampon General Tampon Prince Charles forget what they did to Princess Diana. Oh my god, this is funny. Harry's statement last year. Yeah, last year put it beautifully. Let's see here. Statement from the Duke of Sussex, Thursday, May 20th, 2021. Okay, let's see here. Our mother was an incredible woman who dedicated her life to service. She was resilient, brave, and unquestionably honest. The ripple effect of a culture of exploitation and unethical practices ultimately took her life. To those who have taken some form of accountability, thank you for owning it. That is the first step toward justice and truth. Yet, what deeply concerns me is that practices like this, and even worse, are still widespread today, then and now. It's bigger than one outlet, one network, or one publication. Our mother lost her life because of this, and nothing has changed. By protecting her legacy, we protect everyone and uphold the dignity with which she lives her life. Let's remember who she was and what she stood for. Exactly. Exactly.
She needed to speak. She needed to be heard. He was there. But she allowed him to videotape her. That's the difference.
She was under a great deal of stress, and like anybody under stress, she wanted to unload. And there weren't that many people she could unload on.
Alright, Harry is Diana's only son as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so can the Crown Netflix use the story? If so, we are good. We will use those clips instead. Rest in peace, Princess Diana. Why not? Prince Charles had an interview before. The late Princess Diana, Diana's words stand. Then there were also Diana's tapes. Alright, Prince Charles has been a one-man crusade to wipe out all traces of Diana. Diana put him and Camilla on blast, her unhappiness with being gaslighted by British royal family, and it's working. That doesn't mean there aren't copies of the BBC videotape by the public at large. You know, if Diana had taken Charles away from Camilla, I could have understand the measure that they're doing to erase her legacy or whatever she had done within the royal family. But it was Charles who proposed to her.
He clearly didn't want to be there. And it's easy to sit here now and say that's the fact. But when you were watching it, you know, it's like you could see his mum's boot print on the back of his jacket.
Are you in love? Lovely little question. Very typical question to ask people who've just got engaged.
And I suppose in love.
Of course.
Whatever in love means.
Yes. Diana said, oh, yes, of course, you know, through her eyelashes. Prince Charles said, oh, well, whatever love means. You know, alarm bells. Woot, woot, woot.
Charles took that innocent woman out of private, you know, privacy, because she was not a public figure, and then put her in this public sphere. And then she carried that public image very well, with pride and dignity. But these people went on full blast. It's not Diana's fault. She is who she is. That's the problem here. But anyway, and this is the same thing that is repeating right now. They're not learning. They're not learning from mistakes. And the son is repeating, one of the son is repeating exactly the same thing that the father did. Okay, don't forget the Peter settlement tape. Yep, I have that. They tried to ban them, but didn't succeed. Yep, Princess Diana forever named the person who then questioned Charles' suitability at one time or another. What is this now? Okay, Bashir, do you think Prince of Wales will ever be king? Diana, I think I'm telling you, internet is something. You try to get rid of the video, they put the text of it here. You could freeze it and read it, but I have so much more to share with you. My husband gonna need the computer. Let me just bookmark it. Okay, I'm dreading the queen dying and that pair sitting there all smug like they've won. The public know, and hopefully Princess Diana will be trending the day he is crowned. He probably will never reach that. He probably will never reach it. As close as he is to it, someone is gonna grasp it. The more that I do these videos and the more that I think about it, is that the perception that the royal family want people to perceive them as, it's not possible. They are not perfect human beings. I could understand that there was an affair. This happened to a lot of people. Right? You've heard a lot of affairs and all of this. To the extent that they are going to erase it, to make it seem like it never happened, this is the audacity of things. It happened. So why are they going to that extreme to erase her name as if this didn't happen, as if he didn't have an affair, as if he wasn't sleeping over? The more they're making it, or the more, how will I say that, the more they're trying to erase it, the worse it looks on them, in my perspective. Just let it be. If they had moved on since Princess Diana passed, and then don't bring this back up again, people will have forgot. I mean, I will not say forget, but we'll just move on. But they're force feeding the public the stupidity as if this didn't happen, or it's not right, that's not the correct way it happened. But guess what? Princess Diana cannot speak anymore. Her words remain supreme above everything else that anybody has done, because they took her life away. Alright? So all this extra step to hide and pushing her son to do, the son is stupid enough to believe this nonsense that they're putting in his head to make him erase. It's like they're staying in the back and pushing him to do it. God knows what they have on him for him to do that. But they want people, the public, to see them as this perfect family or this perfect human being when they are not. They will never, ever, no matter how much money they spend to make people see them as this perfect person, it will never, ever happen. If they understand this part, human beings are not perfect. They will move on, live their life, and the worst thing is, this is the worst thing, they keep on repeating the same mistake. They don't stop and think and said, what have I done that is wrong so I don't repeat it again? The stupidity of them is that they keep on repeating, and then they go into the extreme trying to fool the public. This is the stupidity of everything. If they just leave that topic alone, move on with their life, try not to repeat the same mistake again, at least people will have compassion and understanding. But they keep on force-feeding people their lies, their stupidity, and they want us to praise them for it. This is the dumbest part of it. Yes, there are some dumb people who will praise them, but people with good mind, with
it's your character that matters most.
Core values, with understanding, with self-respect, will not cheer this type of behavior.
Because my father used to say to me when I was younger, he used to say to both William and I, well, it was like that for me, so it's going to be like that for you. That doesn't make sense. Just because you suffered, that doesn't mean that your kids have to suffer.
But anyway, that's that. Let me move on. This video takes longer than I thought editing. Next tweet. Alright, telling the truth. Buried deep within the letters section of today's At the Time is a note from journalist Sam Kashner, who denies biographer Tom Brower's negative account of his experience interviewing Meghan Markle for Vanity Fair in 2017. I don't know if I recorded yesterday because I didn't edit a video that I recorded yesterday, so I'm not sure. Okay, but let me read this. My interview with Meghan Markle. Sir, I'm afraid Tom Brower didn't convey my admiration and respect for Meghan Markle and the excerpt from his new book in the Time on Saturday. writer felt manipulated by Meghan. Alright, so this is how the author make that journalist look. Alright, I found Miss Markle to be exceptionally warm and gracious and admired her intelligence and her remarkable courage, as I still do. I regretted the off-published account of challenging Procter & Gamble being edited out of my Vanity Fair article because I wanted to highlight her lifelong activism. The piece itself was quite laudatory. One more thing, I do not have a stutter. I may hem and haw a bit, but a stammer is not a stutter. And as far as I know, Miss Markle never said she liked me because of it. A belated congratulations to Prince Harry for taking such an extraordinary woman as his bride. There is clearly a love match, so maybe we should stop piling on and let the couple live their life in peace. Sam Kashner, Williamsburg, Virginia. Yeah, now I remember. I did read that on yesterday's video. I think I did a 2 hours video. Yeah, buried deep, not exactly omid. It is top of the page and one of the longer letters published by the paper today. Okay, let's see. Bottom of the online letter section or wedge on page 26 is not buried deep. Shuva. They're trying to say it's not buried. I mean, if they really wanted this to be out, they would put it in front page. So omid is correct. They bury it in the middle of the page. Sometimes people don't even get to some of those other pages in the papers. Okay, Tom Brower's book, 21st July 2022. Release date has been cancelled and rescheduled 4 months away on 1st November 2022. Really? What? Publishers having second thought. I recorded some stuff yesterday. I've been skipping a couple days because I'm way behind. I'm recording more than I could edit. Oh my god, really? At Penguin Random, hiya, can you please advise reason for release date of Tom Brower's book being pushed back? Okay, let's see here. Hi Trudy, thank you for your order of Revenge with fishpond.com. Okay, when you ordered this item, the publication date was set as 21st July 22. So that was yesterday. It was supposed to come out. The item has delay on our information show. It is now due to be published on 1st November 2022. We will continue to keep item on order until it is released. When it arrives into our okay, I can't read the rest, and is shipped, you will receive an email notification on dispatch. If you will prefer to cancel this item, you can do so at the link below. They push back the release date. I mean, how sloppy unprofessional can he be? He named the wrong individuals for the famous BV Force for Change. Oh, there's the thing here. Okay, just to make it clear. Yeah, it's buried on page something. Look at all the other things. I read this. Yeah, I remember reading this yesterday on one of my videos, which I have not edited yet. Alright, someone put that, and I remember reading that it's in Williamsburg, Virginia. And I was like, oh, I went on vacation there a couple years ago. Alright, so it is buried. It's almost like Dady Fell when they made the apologize to Meghan on page, was it 4 or 6 or something? It was a small print somewhere in the upper left corner. Alright, so it is buried, and this one is on page 26. Okay, thanks for sharing, Omi. The truth will always supersede the lies. Okay, why do lies get the big headlines and the truth hidden so far? You actively have to look for it. That's the thing. Even what's the other one who said is it Camilla Tomney or Rebecca something, whatever, the other one? I did several videos on her, you know, where the YouTubers do the review of the Oprah interview when she didn't even see Arbiter. That's it, Arbiter. Alright, so she even said it. When the lies come first, it spread like wildfire, but by the time the truth come, hey, nobody wants to hear it, or it's lost somewhere. Okay, it wasn't buried for long, Omid. Okay, let's see here. Bravo to Sam Kushner and shame on Bauer. Okay, let's see this. Oh my god, I want to move to my last one. Okay, yes, Tom Bauer is a liar. Okay, what is this now? My interview with Meghan Markle. Okay, Right to letter. Okay, so that's the same thing I just read here. So they copying it in different form. Okay, I never believed that kind of gentleman said anything negative about Meghan. These unethical British journals are hurting England's image globally. I've been saying this, so there's other people saying it here as well. It really needs to stop before more damage is done. The royal family are even doing it on themselves as well. Look what I just read a few minutes ago regarding Princess Diana. Princess Diana was loved around the world. Her truth, they're trying to bury her words. Whole movement at the Times and Sun should be embarrassed. They're not embarrassed. Rupert Murdoch's trash tabloid Tumblr is a lie. Okay, serve them right for being sources to people on a witch hunt. Well, they had a huge fest thinking it's gonna be a big hit that's gonna sink Meghan, but there it is. They shoot themselves on the foot. What is it? I think Peg and Trelawney came with a GIF where someone was trying to punch somebody, throw a punch, and then missed and fell on the floor. That's what I'm thinking right now. All right, this is my last tweet I'm gonna share with you, and I'm not gonna do anymore. So I'm retweeting. Okay, so that's from Omid, and there's Peg and Trelawney. Okay, oh, so that's the same thing again. All right, so Peg and Trelawney respond to him on his tweet. He's Valentine Law by name and nature. I'm tired of squad with the GIF. What is this? There's a music I'm probably gonna be black for. Okay, oh for sure. There's the laugh. The squad are just laughing. Okay, since I did, oh my god, I can't believe this is 28 minutes already. Let's see what I could pull out while I'm here. Okay, them Louie Anderson's birthday will blow Harry out of the news. Judicial review. This I just see it. Okay, I just saw it and I'm sharing it with you here. All right, so let me copy this so it could be on my thing. Oh my god, the squad or something. I'm probably gonna edit this right now. Oh well, my laptop is doing something. My laptop is in overdrive, and I think tomorrow we're going to the beach or something. Okay, I grieve beyond your imagination that my orders on okay, the tight thing is gonna be on another video because I want to focus on another thing. Okay, question: does the British media have any actual real-life journalists? Are they capable of reporting the news as facts without bias? I'm wondering how she's feeling. Look how they're trying to silence Princess Diana. Well, she's been silenced. Kate been silenced herself, so she's looking at things that's happening right in front of her. I'm wondering if that chasing that she did, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Because her husband doesn't give a rat's ass. They do as they please. Please God, Princess Diana, do your thing, protect your other son and make things work. All right, so let's get to this, and this is definitely my last one. Okay, question: does the British media have any actual real-life journalists? Are they capable of reporting the news as fact without bias? Okay, I can name one. Very few journalists in the UK, just sewer rats. There are like the one I just showed one of them, Peter Hunt. I think he's okay. There's some others from Byline. They are okay, because if it wasn't for those good journalists, I believe from Byline, what really bring down what's his name, Bojo, I think it was one of the Byline journalists. I could be wrong, but I think it was them who saw that he was having conversation with a spy from that other country. All right, so there are some good one, but the other one have already sold their soul to the devil. I know it's a rhetorical, but what the hey? No, they don't. Okay, the UK mainstream media is no longer a news source. They don't even pretend to report in a fair and balanced way at all, especially on the Sussexes. We really need to support honest and objective independent media that will report the whole truth. Yep, and that's Byline. That's the only one, and some very few independent journalists and on Twitter that I follow, and some of the things that I share with you is through them. Okay, like something White, what's her name, Nadine White, I think, is one of the good ones as well. No, they're not allowed to, maybe one or two, but not many. Every one of them has to say the royal family and the conservative government is wonderful even if the country is on fire. If the people are burning, the media tells them, cheer up, old chap, the fire is not that hot. Wow, can you imagine that? Yep. Okay, they are scared to lose access. Parties with the royal rights. Remember that the royal family apparatus has threatened ABC American journals from having access for reporting something about Andrew, I think. Yeah, she's right. That comment is right. Okay, I can only imagine British reporters wish to keep the access back at home, and money it is. Okay, they don't have journalists over there. Nope. In the UK, journalists make the news, they don't report it. That's a quote from one of the Sussexes, either Harry or Meghan.
They don't report the news, they create it. And they've successfully turned fact-based news into opinion-based gossip with devastating consequences.
Nope. They're mostly owned by foreign oligarchs who prefer the Tory government as they give them large tax break. That's up to the UK. The thing is that they know those things exist, but people keep on voting for these people. Bravo to Dr. Shola, all right? Because she's shed light to their BS that's going on. No, because they are clowning is what they do. In a word, no, if such creature exists, they're not allowed to exercise those abilities in the UK. No, because quote, they make the news, they don't report it. All right, so there's more comment, but I need to give the computer. That's it. There's something that's going on. There it is. It's trending right now. What is it? Duchess of 𝙐𝙋𝘿𝘼. Oh my god, this is gonna be another video. It's trending. It has to do with Princess of 𝙐𝙋, who is the other sister-in-law. All right, so that I need to gather some of my I need to gather some of my tweets, put it on a list for you guys, maybe in the morning to record it. But for now, I have enough to deal with. I have yesterday's recording and this I just record and to share with you. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And that's it.